Today, I'm unmedicated. I've been unmedicated since Monday of last week. It's currently Thursday. Things are getting harder for me. I had to come off the medication because there were some issues with my heart, so I'm going to be going to the doctor to have some blood tests, to have some ECGs, things like that. It's going to be a couple of weeks, actually. So they've got me in. There's going to be a half-hour appointment where they're going to take me through what are the symptoms that I'm experiencing. They're going to check my heart, so do an ECG. Hopefully they'll get some answers from that and we'll decide whether I can go back on the stimulant medication or whether I have to try the last one. I think Strattera is the last one left of the ones that I'm aware of. Unless there's something new. Might find there's something new. It is really difficult for me. One of the things I've noticed is going from unmedicated to medicated, I felt everything was clearer. It was kind of hard to put words to what was happening. Right now, on the other hand, it's quite easy to see where the problem is. I'm impulsive. I suppose that's the main thing I'd say is I've got so used to having a kind of buffer between something comes into my head and saying it. So, I'd have a thought and I'd be slowed down enough that I'd be able to go, okay, that's not a thing that I should say. I'm not talking about intrusive thoughts. I'm thinking about, just normal life. You have thoughts and you go, wait, that's not an appropriate thing for the moment. Not, oh no, that's a shocking thing. Just, I don't need to say that out loud. And that's not so easy right now. The other half of that, of course, is impulses. A thought. I have a thought, oh, I want to do that. And then I'll just do something. And, again, nothing hugely shocking. It's not like I'm suddenly grabbing people in the supermarket to dance with them or something. It's just not having a thought between, I want a biscuit and having a biscuit. A cookie, you Americans out there. It's just, it's not terrible, I suppose, but I think it is a bit of a strain for my wife and son, who probably, they kind of got used to me being a little more stable. Most recent example, my beard. I shaved off my beard a while back, and then I grew it back, and then I trimmed it down. And then, yesterday, suddenly in the morning, I'm going to trim it again. I want to look like a swashbuckler again. Random thing from my past. I studied some sword fighting, so sometimes I get into my head, I want to be a musketeer. If I didn't have ME, I would really love to be a musketeer. There's a local group who do stunt riding of horses, and I think I'd love to join that. I used to ride horses. But that's the thing. It's just constantly jumping from one topic to the next. I have a thought, and I just follow it. I don't focus well on one topic at a time. The fact is, got a camera in front of me, and I normally have to take multiple takes. I'd keep doing the same things over and over again, trying to get the perfect take. I don't think there's any possibility of me ever doing a second take for this. At the moment, it's been, 10 days off medication, and I hate it. I want to be medicated again. I want to have my brain back. I enjoy being able to think straight. So at the moment, not being able to focus on my course, not being able to focus while I'm on my course, I had to leave a coffee cup underneath my chair when I left. To a neurotypical person, I suppose that's probably not a terrible thing. It's something you do. Oh dear, I forgot to pick up my mug. But to me, it's just one more thing in a litany of, one more thing in a whole series of mistakes. Oh, I've forgotten that. I forgot to do that. Oh, what day is it? I'd learned some coping strategies over the last couple of years, and I'm using Google calendars to try and make sure I know what I'm supposed to be doing at all times, but that's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. Knowing that if it's not written down on the calendar, it's gone. My emails pile up. Not because, I'm looking at them going, oh no, I don't want to deal with that now. It's just, I have emails? What emails? Oh, look, there's the number on my computer that says you have 10 emails. But, unless I actually think to click on that, unless I think to click on my to-do list, unless I think to deal with these things, I don't even notice them. I just come back and go, oh wait, I haven't checked my emails for a couple of days. I haven't checked my RSS feeds. Maybe I'm the last person left who actually uses RSS feeds. But I haven't checked these things. All these things I normally check daily, I'm not checking. Since I use an Android phone, Google is constantly going, here is a news story you might be interested in. So I'll look at it. But, I'm not keeping up with things that I think I probably should be keeping up with. Not looking into things that I would normally want to look into. I am just a little bit all over the place. So that's why I thought I'd make this video. I've actually been a little unwell since June, July. Haven't really been able to focus on this, been really exhausted. That's kind of got to the point where I had to go to the doctor, and that's why I was taken off the medication that I'd normally be on. And yeah, here I am. A few months later, come off the medication. Sadly, I do actually feel better. Yeah, that just seems the opposite. I stopped taking stimulant medication and suddenly I'm more awake. Nah, doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what's happened. I think, the side effects of the medication, which they think is to do with my heart, well, those side effects have resolved just a tiny bit, and because of that, I am slightly more with it. I'm not mentally with it. I'm really, really struggling. I lived for years like this, but then for the last, year and a bit, I'd forgotten what it was like, and I really would like to forget again. I would like to have no memory of what ADHD unmedicated is like. My son would really like me back on the medication. I think my wife would probably quite like me back on the medication, but I need to find a medication that isn't going to kill me or leave me asleep, feeling sick, not able to even get up off the sofa sometimes. So hopefully I'm going to start to recover a little bit now. It's going to be a difficult time for a little while. I don't know when I'm going to get videos out. I have ADHD. It's not like you can really expect me to be particularly good at doing things regularly and remembering. I am going to try, but I'm also probably going to fail, so I'm not going to make any promises. That's one thing I've learned. Don't make promises. Don't say I'm going to do something unless I know I'm going to do it. And there are very few things I can confirm I'm definitely going to do. Well, hopefully I'll be back after not too much longer. Maybe have an update that's more positive. Maybe have an update that's more negative. Or maybe I won't have an update for the next 6 months. So until you see me again, that's goodbye for now.